All right, if we're good, then we can start. So we're still talking on building your child's self-esteem. How can I build my child's self-esteem? What does it mean to have a child who has a good or healthy self-esteem? What does it mean to build a child's self-esteem? Why does it even really matter? And we've shared different things, why it matters, who it's it that has a strong self-esteem, and then we also talked about how your child can build their self-esteem. But how can you, as a parent, remember this is a parenting channel, so how can you as a parent help your child? I'm going to be sharing some of these nuggets now. Every child is different. That's the first thing you need to remember. So self-esteem may come easier to your child, to one child, than the other child. And some children actually face things that can lower their self-esteem. But if a child's self-esteem is low, it can be raised. So first of all, you need to tell your child, you need to tell yourself, my children are different. I have a set of twins, and the both of them are so different, extreme, two extreme human beings came out at the same time, and you're wondering, how did it happen? Their learning style is different. How do they learn? My son learns kinesthetically. My daughter is digital, and of course, two extremes. Two crazy extremes, yet they were born same day. So you must understand that people are different. You must understand that will help you, build your child's self-esteem. Here are the things that you can do to help your child feel good about themselves. Number one, help your child learn to do things. At every stage, there are new things for children to learn. So even during baby stage, learning to hold the cup, to take the first step, it sparks a sense of mastery and some kind of excitement about the whole process. So as your child grows, things like learning to dress up, to read, to ride the bike, there are chances of actually helping your child grow their self-esteem. So you need to teach your child. Don't do these things for them. Help them learn how to do it themselves. That's one very important way to help and grow your child's self-esteem. Somebody was asking me recently, so do you have to choose clothes for your children at this age? I said no. I allow them look at their wardrobe and make a decision. But I have already told them and taught them how to choose what they need to wear for what occasion. I took my time, did that over the years, and now they are able to understand. So when they put out some things and they put it down and I need to guide them, I say to them, this is the reason why you might not feel comfortable wearing this in this weather. So there are things that I tell my children to consider. The occasion that you're going to, what is appropriate for that wear, the weather that you are in. You can't be in winter in the UK and you want to wear sleeveless. It doesn't make sense. So you are in Nigeria in this period where heat is killing people. You just want to wear. So you need to help your child think independently. Irene Bangwe will call it independent thinking. You need to help your child think independently. Help your child be themselves. Help your child work on themselves. It's important that you actually allow them to be able to do some of these things themselves. Another thing that you must do, point number 2, is when teaching children how to do things, slow down and help them first. Let them do, what they can, even if they make mistakes. See, we're in a hurry. We don't even have the patience to allow our children make mistakes, yeah? Because you're like, no, when I do it, it's easier for me. During the boot camp in Abuja, if you don't have the audio of that boot camp, you should get one. In that boot camp, we talked about parenting styles. We did a lot of tests that will help you on your journey. The boot camp, the audio is available for 5,000 naira. You can get it, just chat me up and then get it. You'll be able to look at those tests, and then it will reform your process. And one of the things that the parent shared was that, well, I like to do these things for my children because it's easier for me. When I allow them eat themselves, they mess up the whole environment. It's interesting how we are, teaching our children learned helplessness. In my previous video, I actually shared on learned helplessness. You can catch up on that video on this YouTube channel as well. And you're teaching your child learned helplessness without even knowing that that's what you're doing. It's interesting. And you need to understand that you are the one that is going to build your child, to do these things. If not, then how would they learn it? So let your child get the chance to learn, try, and feel proud. Don't make new challenges so easy or so hard. Just give them a chance to learn, and don't be too in a hurry to say, oh, let me help them do this, oh, let me help them do that. Many times when my children do things and they don't do it well, I let it be like that. We teach and allow them to do it again. I don't go say, oh, and they've not done it well, I'm going to just do it myself. I allow them try it again until they can get it right. It's important for healthy self-esteem. You need to praise your child. That's point number 3. But you know what? You must praise wisely. Of course, it's good to praise children, but if you don't do it wisely, your child becomes a praise junkie. Whether things are right or wrong, you are praising the child just becomes a praise junkie. All right? Your praise is a way to show that you are proud, yes. But some ways of praising children can actually backfire. You need to be careful about it. Let me share a few points of how to praise right. Don't overpraise your child. Right? So, praise doesn't feel earned and doesn't ring true. Alright? So, telling a child that he played a great game when he knows that he didn't is actually teaching your child, praising your child wrongly. If you're going to teach your child to learn, then when you're praising, you must be praising on things that are true. You go like, I think in this book, the book by Dr. Dweck is a psychology book, where mindset. Oh, mindset. When you are trying to build the positive mindset in your children, you need to understand that when your child, for instance, your child goes to a game that was shared in that book, the child goes to a swimming game, she didn't really do well, then she comes home and you're like, don't worry, all the people that are there, that is not your fault, they just didn't see that you did well. Or you go like, oh, don't worry, I don't know, in fact this one is very common. You don't pass an exam and then somebody tells you, oh no, I've seen a parent tell the child that they marked you wrongly, that's why he didn't pass. Are you kidding me? So parents do that a lot, and I tell you, you're not helping your child. I tell my children, if you have put in enough work, then you will be able to have the kind of results that you're looking for. So it's about the work that you put in. So you need to ensure that you're not overpraising. You need to ensure that you're not overpraising. All right? So it's better when a child does something, maybe doesn't feel or doesn't get into his game. It's better to say something like, I know that wasn't your best game, but we all have our days. I'm really proud of you for not giving up. Very proud of you. So you add a confidence note, to say something like, don't worry, by tomorrow you will do this. I'm sure in your next game you'll do this better. Don't go saying, oh wow, you played a great game today, even though that you people didn't win. It was an awesome, and then praise the child in a way that it ticks off something. It removes the ability to try again. Another thing that you must note when you're praising your child is praise effort. Avoid focusing praise only on results. Like, oh, you got an A, that's a fixed mindset. All right? You don't praise only on results. You need to also remember that praise can be on the processes. Instead of, offering your child for effort, progress, attitude. For example, you're working hard on that project, or you're getting better and better at this spelling test, or I'm proud at the way you're practicing piano these days. You're really, you really stuck with it. With this kind of praise, the children will put in more effort. and work towards the goals and try. So when children do that, they're more likely to succeed because you're praising the process as well. You're not waiting until the child comes out. You say, oh wow, you made an A. No. When the child is putting in progress, that I told my son, oh wow, see the number of books, the process that you've taken to be able to read these books that you've been reading. I can really see that every day you're getting better and better at the rate at which you finish each book. Now he finishes book at a sitting.